2, 1. Welcome everybody to Take Taco. This is the Taco, the Angriest Chicken Open for the Kobolds and Catacombs expansion, and we've got our top 4 all set. My name is Willie Dills. With me to cast these final 4, Garrett Art. What's up, buddy?
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm
Happy
doing
Saturday.
well. This has been a fun tournament because it was small and there wasn't a lot of riffraff like last time. We had a lot of players and it seemed like there was a lot of there was just some issues getting going, right? This time it was the smoothest taco I've ever had. Everyone was great. I want to thank all the participants, and you guys all did a fantastic job. But we've now gotten down to our final 4, and there's some notable names in here. I can pull it.
Yeah,
in.
man. Rational Pie, who has been a friend of the show and a listener since damn near the beginning, possibly the beginning, as far as I know, is in our final 4.
That's right. So we've got Bjornish and Rational Pie in one match, and then Nitsud versus Liga in match number 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to cast Bjornish and Rational Pie's match, and then depending on if the other match is still going when that one finishes, we may jump into that one, but then we will do the finals right after that. So yeah, it should be a good one. Like you said, Rational Pie called into like every single one of our Taco Hangout, our Patreon Hangout episodes, right? So
yeah,
he's been around for a long time. I think this is the first time for him making the final 4. I don't believe we've cast one of his matches before, but he's definitely played in a lot of tacos before.
Yeah. I also got to meet him when I was out in Pennsylvania like 3-4 years ago now. It's been a while.
Nice. I feel like I know him. All right, so I told the players to start. So as soon as as soon as I see that they're going, we'll jump right into game number 1. Now, one cool thing about this year, or this one cool thing about this expansion is that we now actually have deck lists in Battle 5, which was something they added just this go around here. So Garrett, you can see them if you go into the bracket and you click on the match we're on.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Liga and Nitsud right now, but I believe we're gonna look at Pie versus whoever his opponent is. Has not friended me yet, so I'm not sure.
Pie versus Bjornash.
Awesome. Well, if you are, if Bjornash has accepted you as a friend,
Yeah.
Bills, if you could let Bjornish to know to accept my friend request.
Yep, I'm doing that now. All right.
Send it.
They're
again,
still
just
not in the actual match yet. It looks like they're. Okay, here we go. Now I'm seeing it. All right.
I have an eyeball for Pie, so I'm going in.
Okay. At least you'll be able to see half of the game. And I did let Bjornash know.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on my
So
friend
it
list
seems
for-
like we've got, okay, so I'm looking at the screens now. I got Bjornash has his priest has been banned. So he's got Warlock, Mage, and Paladin remaining. And Rational Pie, same thing. Priest has been banned, but he has Warrior, Hunter, and Warlock. So interesting kind of
What?
differentiation between what the norm is and what
Uh-huh.
Rational Pie has brought.
I'm wondering what this warrior is. It looks to be pretty controlling.
Yeah, it looks like it's basically just Dead Man's Hand, Fatigue Warrior. I like it's teched pretty well for a tournament setting. There have been a lot of people playing this type of deck in tournaments recently, so it does make sense. All right, let's jump right on in to this first taco match, and apparently the top hand is not showing. That's weird. Okay, let's see if I can fix that.
Bjornish has added me, so I can now see both hands. Huzzah.
Sweet. Happened to me the last time too, I think. So I'm gonna have to just shut that down.
All right, well, Pie is doing the Spell Hunter with Barnes, and he has Barnes in his opening hand. So
Yeah, so he could easily cheese this one out.
yes, he could. Nothing like a 1/1 Yashiraj into a 10/10 Yashiraj. Bills.
All right, let's see here.
I, of course, will be looking at Bjornish's hand upside down, which means my brain's gonna hurt.
Oh well. Oh well, yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We're all gonna have to look at it upside down because apparently my OBS doesn't want to play nice with me anymore. So this is a fantastic opening hand for Rational Pi. He's not only got the Barnes, but he's got Secret into Emerald Spellstone, so he's got turn 4 and 5 pretty much locked up at this point.
Yep. Not that I would call Bjornish's hand anything bad looking, you know, as far as Murloc Paladins are concerned. I mean,
he's got Murloc Tidecallers, Murloc War Leaders. He's got the Gentle Megasaur. His Blessed Maul is not the ideal one, which gives Divine Shield, but the +1 attack is, I would say, still useful. The taunt one.
I was going to say it's not the taunt one, so it's a success. It's a success for Bjornish, and he's thinking about coining the Murloc War Leader, which I would do since he could just Hero Power plus Murloc Tidecaller next turn.
I mean, I like it. The one problem with it is if that secret did happen to be something like Explosive Trap, then he'd just lose this Murloc Tidecaller and put damage on this War Leader. So, but I think there's definite merit for this because you want to just be aggressive and try to kill this hunter as quickly as possible, right?
Yeah.
Now they do have access to each other's lists, so they're both fully aware of what the opponent is playing. So there's no secrets going on here. These players know exactly what's about to happen.
Right. Which, and this late in a tournament, you would kind of expect that anyway. You would expect talk to be going around amongst players about how their games went, what decks people were rocking. So
sure, yeah. Usually by the end of a tournament, it's kind of out there regardless. But I really like that they've added this feature because it does a couple things until we get our actual tournament mode from Blizzard. But it does okay. Here's Slam Barnes. He did the right thing by not drawing Yashiraj at any point during the last few turns. But it also makes it so that the players can know that the other person is not doing anything nefarious, right? Like it's all out on the table. You see exactly what card is supposed to be played. You're not ever going to be playing and then be like, did they change that card? Did they put something in, take it out? Like, so none of that stuff can ever happen. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Now, do you Megasaur here and hope you get poisonous?
Yes.
That's what you do.
And he did not get poisonous. So the one thing that's good, or I'll say is not a complete disaster as far as Bjornish is concerned, is that this Yashiraj is not going to continue to pull anything out. Right? This is it.
This is indeed Barnes Spell Hunter. So yes. There's no chance of Yashiraj getting any additional value.
No.
You know, because you need more value when you have a 10-10 on turn 4.
But all the minions are gone. So he's not going to continue, like, it's Big Priest and you see this happen. You're like, okay, so now there's going to be Obsidian Statue after Obsidian Statue, and that sucks. So here at least okay, this 10-10, once I get rid of it, we're good. But unfortunately, he's going to get the bad news that also, Rational Pi is going to go for the Companion instead, and Upper, of course. I guess the question here is, do you make the trade for the 5-4 and protect your 10-10? I think it is, I think you do.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. There's no more Murlocs on board either, so you're not worried about poisonous.
No.
So if you can just protect your Yashiraj here, you win.
Yep, you got him on a 3-turn clock, essentially. And you can speed that clock up with Kill Command, so pretty much he's dead next turn.
Man, Dills, this is the one time I would like my Maul to give my minions taunt.
Sure.
Yeah.
Might keep you alive for a second. You could go for Call to Arms and try to get the 1/1 taunt Divine Shield, right?
Yeah, I mean, a pretty good chance of it as well. He's played out some Murlocs here. There's still plenty in there, but
yeah. The problem here is if you Megasaur, you can't attack with this Murloc, so yeah, I think you just got to Call to Arms. You got to hope a taunt comes out. There's a Juggalo in the right spot, but no taunt.
Wait for it. No Righteous Protector, sadly.
Now, he's not dead on board because he's able to trade the 1/1s into the Barnes, but we can see with Caster Vision that Unleash the Hounds plus Kill Command is going to be
Yeah, it's going to be game 1 to Pi.
Yeah, Pi played it correctly. Drew Barnes, didn't draw Yashiraj, and takes game 1. Now, it is Conquest, so that means that this Hunter deck is gone. So this Hunter deck cannot cannot be replayed. And so now he's down to his warrior and his warlock, and it looks like he's playing the control lock with Rin. And we talked about already the fatigue warrior, the dead man's hand fatigue warrior, which will cease to be a thing once Cold Light Oracle rotates out to the Hall of Fame. I'm curious to see what warrior ends up looking like. We have seen some pretty cool control tools in the new set.
I think that's where my brain's at with the few cards we've seen already from Warrior. Is I mean that 2-mana Echo Whirlwind, which name is eluding me at the moment, is just a phenomenal
War Party.
spell. What was it called?
War Party.
War Party?
Isn't it War Party? I don't know, something like that.
You're making me go to Hearthstone and check.
I thought that's what it was. I don't know. There's too many new cards.
Party doesn't seem like
War something.
War Call. I don't know. It is Warpath.
Warpath. There you go.
You were on the correct path, Dills. It was war and a P word.
Yes. I just put another word that sometimes goes along with the word war. It starts with a P. War Party.
You asked for it.
Let's have some fun.
All right, so now we've got Bjornish on the Mage, and Rational Pi has decided upon the Warlock. Rational Pi's got a golden ring. You know, that makes golden seals, which make golden demons.
Which makes golden demons. Yeah, this is where I if I go to craft myself a golden, like even if they're like right now when they're going into the Hall of Fame, I don't bother with spells. I don't care about golden spells. I don't get much out of golden spells, but you darn well better believe I craft golden minions, especially golden minions that create other minions.
Other minions, exactly. So Bjornish is playing the basic kind of pure secret mage with the single ice block and the pyroblast. So this is actually a matchup that I kind of favor the mage in because, yeah, you know, Void Lords are annoying, but guess what doesn't care about Void Lords is pyroblast and fireballs.
No, they do not.
Nope.
Firelands portals as well.
Yep. They all go over the top of that, and yeah, and Bjornish also has the version that has double Firelands portal in it too, so all the possible burn basically. It's basically, so this matchup kind of comes down to get a little bit of early minion damage, just a bit of chip away damage at the beginning, and then just draw Alaneth and blast him in the face over and over and over again.
Yep, and Bjornish has a really solid starting hand for a secret mage.
This is nice, yeah. I mean, it only would have been better if he'd had a secret to play on turn 1 with the Cabal Lackey, which he didn't. He held back on the 2-1, which some people would argue it's better to just drop the 2-1 and start getting that chip damage in right away, even if you don't get the free secret.
Yeah. I think it depends on what the secret is, too, because if it's counterspell and your opponent has the coin, counterspell is not worth much.
Sure. I really like just dropping the Doomsayer here if you're Rational Pi. I think you need to immediately slow this down. One thing that Doomsayer does for you that he won't have going forward is he won't have the ability to use it to counter explosive runes, but I think right now it's just important to prevent what you likely think is going to happen on turn 3, which is Kirin Mage and a secret, right?
Right. You know they have the secret. All they need is a Kirin Mage. And we know that Bjornish has it.
So this is actually an interesting turn for Bjornish because I think you're likely just going to drop a secret here. But the question is, do you drop explosive runes or do you drop ice block? And I'm not sure the answer.
With a Medivh's Valet in hand, I would be tempted to drop
just
the ice block.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going for neither.
He values just getting the ping damage in while he can, and I don't disagree with that, especially since both these secrets can be played for free on the next turn, right? So
yeah. By the way, we haven't mentioned Pi is running Weapon Hate.
He is, which I think is a smart thing to do in a tournament setting. You expect. Also, he didn't ban Warlock, right? So I think he's trying to potentially beat other Warlock, right?
Yeah. Which makes sense, and it's just going to pay off very well in this matchup, providing actually
if Alaneth actually gets drawn, yeah.
That's true. It could just be a dead card.
Yeah. I think we're going to see the double secret play here. Play this, then you play a Lackey, then you play an Ice Block. And you got yourself set up for Medivh's Valet to do a little face damage next turn as well.
That's one of the things that's so great about Secret Mage is if you do get stalled out by something like a Doomsayer, it doesn't really matter. You still have plenty of chances
reload,
to
yeah.
cheat out cards.
Yeah. So here comes the explosive runes on the Mistress of Mixtures.
4 damage in the face, but that 4 damage will be immediately healed.
Yeah, so essentially that secret did absolutely nothing but kill a 2/2. And a 1 mana 2/2. So that's definitely. Oh, he's just gonna drop this small boost. That's interesting. Going for the Defile here. I mean, he knows Alaneth is in the deck. He's just deciding, okay, I'm just gonna hope you don't have it. Which is bold, to say the least.
That it is, but he knows that he loses this game by taking too much damage.
That is true. That is true. That was an opportunity to erase 6 damage off the board, right? Which is, you know, essentially a fireball taken off. So, and it's repeating damage. So, I like it. I like it. I think it's a smart
and
play.
it's guaranteed, right? The 6 damage is guaranteed. The Alaneth is still an unknown.
Yep. So here we're going to see Explosive Runes and then Medivh's Valet to the face, getting that chip damage in. The hand is a little bit awkward for Bjorn, and she has nothing to do next turn. And right now, Pyroblast is a long ways away. This Possessed Lackey is going to bring out a Void Lord here, but it will also deal 4 damage at the same time. But this basically means there will be no more minion damage the rest of this game.
Correct.
Minion damage is
Golden
off the
Void
table.
Lords. That's so great. I gotta say, Dills, I was talking about this on my my solo show on Friday. I think of all the decks that I'm pretty sure are dead in Standard after Year of the Raven, I think Secret Mage is the one I'm going to miss the most.
Yeah? Okay. It might not be completely dead. Still has Kirin Tor Mage. Still has Explosive Runes, but it's losing Medivh's Valet. Is it
Cabal
losing
Lackey.
Cabal Lackey? It is, right?
It is losing Cabal Lackey. Yeah, that's a big one. It's losing Firelands Portal.
Yep. Yep.
There's a couple other things.
So it's got some good secrets, but yeah, it's losing. Oh, what about Cabal Crystal Runner? It's losing that too, isn't it?
It's losing that as well.
Oh,
Yes.
Jeez. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's dead.
I was talking about on the solo show. I think Vex Crow could have found a home, but I think too much is going away.
Yeah.
Time
Well-
runs out on me.
Likely then we'll just see big Troll Mage for a while with Jaina.
Yeah, which is fine.
Sure. All right. So the Stonehill Defender seems to be the likely play here, and then he kind of wants to get this. I think you just save this Mortal Coil for the moment that you think you're going to need to proc the counter spell. You don't need to do it now. You can do it whenever. Unless he's planning to Dark Pact this turn. Which he could go for because he doesn't have anything else to do with his mana right now. So it wouldn't be terrible.
No, I wouldn't disagree with that.
I think, though, that was an interesting selection there. The Void Lord already is negating all future damage from minions. I think with our Lurker pick, he could have just gone for the taunt minion that had the most attack, right? To try to put pressure back. The Tar Lurker is only going to be able to hit for 1 a turn.
Right. Yeah, I think I agree with you there.
Yeah, I think you just want to go for a pressure type minion rather
Yeah,
than
because even if you go
defensive
for a minion that doesn't have as much health, like if they remove it with a spell, that's one less spell hitting you in the face.
Sure. And like I said, like this minion just doesn't matter. The Void Lord is already doing what you need it to be doing, right? So here the Mortal Coil is going to come out to practice counter spell, and then he's going to use Siphon Soul on the 5/4.
Heal up. I also so use up all of
And
his
he's
mana.
still got his Dark Pact back there, so he can heal for 8 next turn. He's also already got the Blood Reaver Gul'dan, so as soon as that comes online, he's healing for 3 a turn. This looks... Yeah, it looks like it took Bjornish a little too long to get ramped up and going, and the Doomsayer plus the Defile play with the Ooze were just enough to turn back that early pressure.
Yeah.
I'm late.
That being said, Blood River Gul'dan's not going to bring very much back.
It's at this point we're going to bring nothing back. Because
Oh,
this
that's right,
Void Lord
yeah.
hasn't
He
died
hasn't
yet.
lost anything. The Void Lord is the only demon we have seen so far.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not used to that from my
that's
from
not
my
really-
control warlocks.
That's not really what's important. The important thing is just getting the hero power and gaining that 5 armor.
Yeah. So here, I think we're going to see a Dark Pact onto the 1/4.
Yeah, I think it's time. I don't think you don't feel safe at 11. You could get double fireballed.
I
Is there
wonder.
any silence in Bjornish? I don't think so. No silence.
No, there's no mage decks that ever run that because this is interesting. Purpose of test.
Testing the secret, but
he already
should've-
knows that it's.
Had he been
Ice
keeping track of it, he should know it. The only option is Ice Block.
Yeah, you should know it's Ice Block at this point.
Maybe he's being a gentleman and not using a deck track.
Okay. I mean, he still ended up gaining the 8 health. I don't know. I think my instinct would have been just ignore the 5/5. It's not ever gonna hit your face, so you don't really need to worry about it.
No, I would.
There's
figured-
Fireball. This game is not completely over yet because if he Fireball pings this turn, he's down to 12. Then he could draw another burn spell next turn, and even with the Blood Reaver Gul'dan coming down in 2 turns, that might not be enough. You can't
That's
tap.
right.
You certainly
Next
can't
turn-
tap.
Next turn he's down to 2.
Yeah.
He could draw into heals, but then he wouldn't be able to Blood River Gul'dan. Although if he finds
Blood
his
Reaver
second,
Gul'dan is a heal as well, right? So
that's true. But that's only 5. Whereas if he finds his second Dark Pack, I would play that over the 5 heal of a Blood River Gul'dan.
sure. I think the play here is to Pyroblast and then Arcane Intellect next turn to look for a Firelands Portal or Fireball Frostbolt combo of some sort.
100%. It's a 1 of Pyroblast. There's no. You're not afraid of finding a second Pyroblast that you don't have the mana to cast.
Yeah.
I would 100% Pyroblast here.
Essentially, it gives you one other draw and then 2 more in case you miss on whatever the top deck is, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I like
Dornish
this. Here we go.
agrees.
I have 10 mana. I have this card that costs 10 mana called Pyroblast. I'm going to use it. Okay, so that heals for only 3, whereas Blood River Gul'dan heals for 5. So I think you go for the one that heals for 5.
It also puts another Void Lord on the board. Not that it matters.
No.
in this
So
match.
this takes Firelands Portal out of contention as far as a lethal draw, but Arcane Intellect could find Fireball number 2, and that would be Fireball plus Ping, and that would be enough.
Yes,
All
it
right,
would.
so I think you just go for the Arcane Intellect, see what happens. You could also just bang down this Alaneth, but I think, yeah, go for the lethal draw now, I think is the play.
You can still play the Alaneth if
If
the
you
2 cards you
break
draw are totally bogus.
Yeah. And
So
they
the
are.
Counterspell does not help. They are, so I think an Alaneth comes down.
Mm-hmm. There's, let's see, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage on the side of the Rational Pi. The problem here for Bjornish is that he knows Rational Pi is going to be gaining 3 health every single turn, right? From here on out.
That is true.
So he's
but
up against a little bit of a clock here.
But once this Alaneth comes down, Bjornish will be hopefully finding damage every turn as
He's gonna have 4 more cards next turn. He'll have essentially 2 turns to get this done
Time runs out on me.
because his block will be popped not this next turn, but the turn after.
I wonder.
They'll have the next turn, 1 more turn, and then yeah. Okay. I think you gotta go with the Alaneth here. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
I mean, you
And
could play the
I don't mind just throwing the Mana Worm down just to maybe soak up an attack or 2. It's essentially like Rational Pi should at this point legitimately just ignore this Mana Worm. No burn drawn in the first 3 cards there, but does find a Primordial Glyph. So yeah, here actually
He also doesn't have to Spellstone his own minion now.
That's true. All right,
It's a difference
so
of 1 mana, but
Bjornish has 2 turns to deal 16 damage. That's tough. Especially
Yes,
when no burn was drawn this turn.
no. Primordial Glyph has the potential.
Sure. I think you need to you need to play this Arcanologist here to pull another secret out to make sure that you don't draw more secrets or like things that aren't burn, right, with your
What to
next
do,
set of draws, because that's
what to
basically gonna
do.
have to do it. The next one's gonna have to do it.
I mean, he can play all of this basically.
Sure. Yeah, you can play everything that's in his hand right now.
I think I'd Primordial Glyph first just to see what my options are.
He's gonna look for the biggest damaging thing he can find, which is Firelands Portal.
It's not so bad.
Sure. You can even use that this turn because you're gonna need to have the mana to do all of the things, so you might as well, get them in incrementally, right? I still think you definitely play this Arcanologist.
He has the mana to do it. Although he might want a Kirin Tor counterspell, but
You can do that too, yeah, but yeah, that's actually fine. I just like I think I like just taking a secret out of your potential draws, right? 'Cause,
Oh, I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you. I am in the camp of thin your deck.
yeah. The ping is actually a good use of the mana as well because he does need to get as much possible damage in. He's going to need to get 10 next turn. So he's going to need to find his Fireball and his Frostbolt, which is 2 of. Didn't
Ooh,
find
and
either of them.
didn't find any burn.
Oh my god. I don't see how this actually works now. Because the block is popped.
Has he drawn both his Arcane Intellects, or is he even running 2 Arcane Intellects?
He is running 2 Arcane. No, he's running 1 actually. Yeah, 1 with the Alaneth.
I believe that is game then.
Yeah, there's no single card he can draw here. Which again, it's just, yeah, it's... You know what, though? He did have to do the ping last turn. He couldn't have done the Arcanologist, now that I think about it, because he needed him to get to 10, so that Fireball plus Frostbolt plus ping would have been lethal.
Yeah, Primordial Glyph, I think is out here. He could either stall with the second Ice Block, or he could get lucky and find another Pyro Block.
That's true. He has 1 Primordial Glyph left, and if you found
Oh!
that... Nope.
Nope.
Ball Lackey. Not going to do it.
Not gonna help him.
Looks like Rational Pie is going to go up 2 games to 0 here.
Yes, he is. So Arcanologist technically wouldn't have helped
Well
because he didn't
played.
draw into any secrets anyway. But yep, gonna
Yeah, Bjornish just bricked out a little bit too many times, and yeah, Rational Pie with the Doomsayer was able to stem that early barrage, so no real minion damage happened. And I talked about that's kind of how this matchup goes, right? Is you try to get a little bit of chip damage in with your minions, and then it's just burn to the face, right? And in this case, we got the burn to the face portion of the game plan. We just never got the chip damage from the minions, so.
yeah, he needed just he needed 10 more damage worth of minion damage,
Yep.
which that's pretty far as minion damage is concerned. So
And Rational Pie actually played that pretty much perfectly. He definitely was patient, but not too patient with his heal effects, because sometimes people will be like, I'll probably be safe this turn, and the next thing you know, they're dead. So he was like, I'm just gonna make sure that I'm healing when I have a chance to heal.
right,
that was
right,
smart.
and that's I gotta like it's gotta be rough too to lose that matchup as a secret mage.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one that he was probably feeling good about. By the way, update from the other match: Nitsud sweeps Liga 3-0. to move
Already
into the
over.
finals. Yeah. Wow.
What is Nitsud running? It's gotta be a fast collection of decks, I would assume.
Sure. Yeah, a bunch of aggro maybe.
Let's pull it up and take a look while this game loads in. So Nitsud looks to be running. Actually, no. It's like Death Knight Jaina,
You asked for it.
Okay, that's not a quick deck.
Murloc Paladin, and and a Zoolock. Okay, so pretty fast. Minus
Yeah, the Murlocs in the zoo, and then one control deck. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the priest was banned. Lots of people banning priest right now.
I don't want to deal with it.
Well, Nitsud's actually running big priest, which is I think probably maybe I would guess like maybe the only one doing that, because most people are playing the combo. Most people are playing in Divine Spirit Inner Fire at this point.
Oh, this is fun. I cannot see Pie's mulligan. It's just
Yeah, it's gone for me as well. What the hell?
yeah.
What the hell, spectate? All right, so Rational Pie has to get 1 victory with this Fatigue Warrior deck. And I'm thinking about these matchups. Let's see. You can definitely do it against the Murlocs, because the Murlocs, you don't fatigue them, you just kill all of their stuff.
Yeah, this is actually a matchup I am very unfamiliar with because it's not something I have seen on ladder.
I have no idea how this goes either. I will say that I think that the armor gain in Warrior could definitely make this a bit of an issue. You've got Dry
That's
Whisker armor, you've got
Time runs out on me.
shield blocks, and you've got Bring It On. That's a lot of health gain. But Bjornish has a Mana Worm. The Mana Worms are scary. I really think that maybe Mana Worm is a card that in the future Blizzard might want to think about Hall of Faming as well, because And I know Mage is getting picked on with the Hall of Fame a little bit, but it's essentially at this point the last remaining growing 1/3 for 1, right? You got Voidwalker in Warlock, but it doesn't grow unless you literally cast spells on it, right? You used to have Tunnel Trog, and that was problematic to say the least.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then like Cleric doesn't grow, it draws cards, but this guy, the 1/3 for 1 just continues to get big. So.
Yeah. So I'm looking up some stats in the background, and it's looking like Secret Mage is relatively favored against this type of warrior.
All right. I can buy
Not
that.
a ton of games logged though, so take that with a grain of salt.
Well, you got things like Counterspell and stuff, which would definitely just completely stop what the warrior's trying to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually curious to see how Rational Pi deals with this because he has to be a little bit scared of a Counterspell. Might just go for the You know what? It might actually be a good time to just Shield Slam and test that theory out. See if it's Counterspell or not. And this is a great card to give Bjornish for Mana Bind because it's literally a dead card.
Hey Dills, I heard you like Dead Secrets.
Shield Slam picked up in the Mage. Doesn't even run the DK to pick up random armor. There's no way to ever gain armor.
Yes, you could Primordial Glyph into Ice
Barrier?
Ice Barrier.
Sure. Okay. Now you're thinking.
Yeah.
All right. So Argodologist is going to come down here. He's going to pick up another secret, which she'll be able to play for free next turn, but it'll actually kind of cost 1 because he's going to use a Kirin Mage on turn 4. But is getting the chip damage in that he did not get in the last game. Oh, Blood Razor is a nice pickup here. He can actually clean up the entire board.
It is, and all it's going to cost him is 2 armor.
Yeah, right now Rational Pi's kind of picking up everything he needs, and Bjornish again kind of stumbling out of the gates here. I guess the question is, do you just drop a 5/5, or do you try to make that cheaper? He does have the Alaneth now, though, so that's a pretty big pickup.
Yeah, Alaneth came quite late in the previous game.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, look at Pi's hand. Nothing but control.
Yeah.
It's looking like the safest Alaneth turn ever.
Yeah, I think right now, then, what I would probably do if I'm Bjornish is start preemptively doing the hand dump. So, just play as many cards each turn as you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to need to be, judicious and get value out of each card. You're going to draw your entire deck in this game.
Yeah, that being said, it's a lot of secret synergy in his hand, and the only secret he has at the moment is Ice Block. But sometimes that's all you need.
Time runs out on me.
So Kirin Mage into Ice Block seems pretty decent.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, also dropping a 5/5 is okay, but you have to think if you do the Kirin Ice Block, that'll cost 2 next turn. You can do Medivh Valet plus the 5/5, right?
That's correct.
And a Harrison Jones picked up, so never mind the Alaneth play. Not going to work out the way Bjornish wants it to.
Yeah, I mean, he'll still draw 3 cards off of it.
He'll get 3, yeah.
So will Pi. Pi is going to
Pi
draw
will
3
also
cards
get
off
3
of Alaneth.
cards.
Maybe.
Yeah, that might have been just the one card he needed to just close the door on this one.
Go ahead and smack that armor up. Yeah, this is starting to look. I don't know, man. I still don't know. There's not a lot of armor gain happening for Pi. At the same time, Alaneth is going to get shut right down.
Now, this is a nice pickup to find this second Crystal Runner, because we'll be able to play it this turn and apply a little more pressure here.
Yeah, even if he brawls, that's fine. It's either 5 damage lives or 4 damage lives. However, the Kirin Mage could easily be dealt with the Blood Razor.
Yeah. You can actually even go for... you can attack into the 5/5 and then sleep with the fishes here, but it looks like he's going to go for the armor up, attack the Kirin play. I like this, yeah.
Yeah, full clears the board and
he takes
reserves
less
a
damage.
brawl in hand.
Takes less damage in the process.
Blood Razor is such a phenomenal weapon.
Well, we know what's going to happen here, and it's going to be a feels bad man moment for Bjornish here. He's going to feel good for a moment, feel real confident about the future, and then that's going to get shut down. This is watching a train wreck, right? This is what that feels like.
What else do you do?
You
in
do. You just do
Bjornish's?
it. Yeah. You.
You
I
have
mean,
no other outs.
yeah. He's aware that Harrison is in the deck. As I said, they do have access to the full deck list, so he knows that it's there. And this Rational Pie eyes just got wide open right there on that. That's
I'm pretty
exactly
sure
what
he
was
just
hoping
put
would
his
happen.
hands together and started rubbing them.
Yeah. He could not play that Harrison Jones fast enough.
He may have even taken out a bag of sand and started weighing it. Could even
Nice.
Dirty Rat here to potentially get rid of Medivh Valet, Harrison
Yeah.
Jones removal.
I like just armor up though, because like, you win this game just by not ever getting burned out, right? So every time you have 2 mana to do it, I think you just hit armor up.
Dills, did you almost say that you win this game by not dying?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, look, there are some matchups that you win by not dying. It is true. Like, you don't win by killing them. You just win by not dying to what they're trying to do. It sounds dumb, but it's actually a thing.
What to do?
All right, so if you're Bjornish, I guess it's time to just start smashing the face with everything you have and hope that it somehow gets you there. I don't think you can play a control game here.
No, I think you just Firelands Portal.
Face. Yeah.
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 Yeah. No. You don't bother with Harrison Jones.
Yep.
This is
Harrison
not
Jones is just gonna hit you in the face a bunch of times. That's okay. Tar Lurker.
You know Pi is not running a minion-heavy warrior. There's not a lot of damage that you need to be concerned about.
Yeah. All right. Well, slam seems decent here. You can slam and then see what happens, but doesn't really care about this Tar Lurker at all. I don't think. I think I'd just go ahead and trade with it and maybe just play an Acolyte of Pain. Like I said,
seems
he
alright.
doesn't care about this minion, but he doesn't want to take 1 from it every turn, right? And okay, he's gonna go for the armor up again. I agree with this too, actually. He doesn't need to draw cards. He just needs to not die.
He's just ascending. The game for Pi is ascension
Mhm.
in armor, and with Bring It On in hand, he can absolutely play that game.
Yeah, I'm not trying to figure out, looking at the rest of this deck. So there's 10, 15, 27, 33 damage remaining in the deck. And then he could get some more damage from glyphs. He's already used 1. Do 36 with the Medivh Valets, 39 with the Medivh Valets.
Yeah, he needs to get more minion damage in. But if I were Pi, I'd be considering Brawl next turn because I don't think you're going to see more minions than this on the board.
True, but he also just has the Blood Razor Sleep complete clear as well. That's the Dead Man's. Yeah, he's gonna go for the Dirty Rat Blood Razor Sleep play here. That's gonna do it. That's gonna clear all of this. I like the use of the Dirty Rat there first because the only thing that would hurt is 5/5, and both of them have been played already. So there's no minion that could be in Bjornish's hand that wouldn't die to the Whirlwind Sleep combo.
It's a good read.
All right, Bjornish. You've got 10 of your damage. Like I said, you have potentially 36 remaining. Well, no, 33 remaining because you used 6 of it last turn.
However, Pi can go up to 35.
Oh yeah, yeah. He could go. Well, he could go to 37 next turn. Actually, okay,
true.
36 to be fair because of the ping. All right, only 36. Think I might go with the Acolyte Whirlwind here just to try to start doing stuff. Also, you don't want your Bring It On to be countered. Or you could just do armor up. Yeah, you don't need to use the Whirlwind here, but I think it's okay. Go for it. Try to make this card draw happen. You're not terribly upset that it didn't.
Right.
Now
I'd be
actually
feeling-
is not a bad time to just Bring It On, too, because there's only 2 cards in hand. You know, one of them is a Shield Slam.
That's true. If you keep track of the cards.
Yeah. I mean, he knows one of them is a Shield Slam. Oh, I just realized that I am not updating the score. Hold on, guys. Let me fix that for you. It is 2-0 Rational Pie current.
There was an argument for dead man's handing there.
Yeah, but I think you just wait until you draw your Cold Light Oracles, right?
True.
I think he might have been considering it just because, yeah, putting more Bring It Ons into your deck isn't necessarily a bad thing.
That's where my head was at.
Yeah. But, if you're Rational Pie, I kind of feel like he might be thinking about 360 windmill dunking this. He's crossing the finish line in his own head right now, I think.
What to do?
Just the Harrison Jones Alaneth was kind of a little too much to overcome, I think, if you're Bjornish.
Yeah.
Valiantly gonna fight on, though. You gotta respect that.
I mean, he hasn't come across either of his arcane intellects yet.
Yeah.
So there's still draw remaining. And he has played a good number of his minions, so high chance of finding additional burn.
Sure.
But
Rational Pie I'll just do nothing this turn. Armor up pass.
were we calculating the explosive runes? I forgot about that.
Oh, actually, no. I wasn't putting that into the figure. But that you can't really add up because you don't know how much they're gonna do, right?
That's true.
Like if it's a Dirty Rat, they do 0. If it's an Acolyte, they do 3. All right, so it's shoot you in the face every turn and hope that eventually that works. I don't think you ever Scourge Lord Garrosh because you just want to keep hitting that armor up button every turn. Gonna go ahead and just brawl. I think he's checking for a counterspell here. He's not. Now he knows that it's explosive. So this is actually interesting. He could have just never ever played another minion, to be honest. And just never taken this damage.
Yeah, he could just win through fatigue at this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Arcane Intellect, good pickup. Still got that stupid Shield Slam in his hand. It's just taunting him at this point. Alright, there's 3 damage. That is a completely useless card.
Yeah, sorry, Cabal Lackey.
But, okay, deal 4 this turn. Still has 1 Fireball, 1 Frostbolt, 1 Firelands Portal, 1 Primordial Glyph.
You are on fire.
And 1 more explosive runes, though I'm not sure we'll ever see it triggered.
Yeah.
Now would be a great time to have it if he plays this Dry Whisker armor.
Yeah, it would actually deal 4. Although the Dry Whisker would pick up 2. It's almost like the situation with the Mistress of Mixtures in that case.
Yeah. Nullifies a lot.
Alright, well, gain 4. This is exactly how much Bjornish was able to do last turn with 4. Okay, there's the glyph.
This could help a lot. It could also be a bit of a gut punch.
Yeah. Could completely fizzle out too. He needs to find something like Pyroblast here.
Yeah, Pyro would be amazing. Well, he can activate a Shield Slam.
Oh my god, the Barrier Dream, Garrett. The Barrier Dream is real.
You would kind of want to get Frozen Clone off on an Acolyte, but both Acolytes have been played and died.
The only minion I think left in Rational Pie's deck is the Cold Light Oracles, right? Oh, he's got 1 more Dirty Rat.
That's true. That is a sorry choice from the Primordial Glyph.
Yeah, none of those cards are red. They're all blue. And generally the blue cards don't deal damage and the red ones do. So, this is bad. The blue ones are generally the defensive ones in Mage.
Oh, you mean art-wise?
Yeah, art-wise.
I've never considered that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Frozen Clone has a little bit of red in there, but
sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the blue ones are generally ice spells, which are oftentimes the defensive spells.
I think Bjornish heard us. He knows we
You
want to see Shield Slam value.
I think literally it's the only card that actually has use right now out of those 3, though. Look at this. He's going to get that Shield Slam out of his hand. Finally. At this point, it was just about not having to look at this stupid Shield Slam anymore, right? He's like, get it away from me.
Yeah.
All right, well, he can Archaeologist, Cabal Lackey, the explosive runes or counterspell that he draws. And then I think I would probably just Shield Slam this 2-2 because there's nothing else that's going to come out.
An incredible
Yeah.
discovery.
And he
As
gets
much
a
mana
ping.
as he needs to. He didn't even need the Cabal Lackey.
No, he's got plenty of mana to do all these things. But, you know, order,
Bloodraiser.
order lull.
Bloodraiser full clears next turn.
Okay, the Shield Slam has been used. That excited me. Now the thing is, you know, you could actually cast that Shield Slam anytime you want. This doesn't do it. Oh, that's a nice pickup.
Because Pi needed a really good pickup right now.
Sure. I guess he's concerned about counterspell. Yeah, so he's gonna brawl and then slam if 2-3 live. Doesn't.
Slam isn't going to draw a card now. Not that it.
I like
Matters.
just playing this Whirlwind though, because you don't need it for your Dead Man's Hand stuff, and you still have Whirlwind whenever you do need it from your Bloodraiser, right? So
Yeah.
go ahead and just use it now. Okay. I mean, if this minion hits his face about 9 times, then there might be a thing.
Yeah. If the warrior didn't have a Bloodraiser currently equipped and a
Yeah.
slam in hand, there
By-
might be a chance.
By the way, usually when Rational Pi has his Cold Light Oracles as the last 6 cards of his deck, it's not good. In this case, though, he was able to just outlast Bjornish here. And Dirty Rat's gonna just come down. I think he knows that it's explosive runes, right? So this just eats the entire explosive runes. Yeah.
That it does. He should not be expecting a Spellbender or a Vaporize.
Nope. Let's see, what is left? There's a Fireball and a Frostbolt, and a Counterspell, and a Firelands Portal. So there is still 14 damage in Bjornish's deck. The problem is 14 damage, he's facing down 22. He's dealing 1 extra a turn. Yeah, I think it's literally just there's no possible way now at this point. Like, even if he drew all 3 of his last cards right now and was just able to play them, he would never actually be able to deal enough damage.
Yeah.
I guess it's possible that the Firelands Portal gives him a Leroy, so it deals 11 in that scenario.
Oh, it's true.
So that would be a total of 17, which still isn't enough.
Set of cards.
All right. Last card is Firelands Portal. But Bjornish, you know, you're in the semifinals of the Taco. You've already locked up 15 packs. Might as well play it out, right? Oh, and the
fatigue
bring it on.
begins.
This is like the perfect Dead Man's Hand at the end here for Rational Pi.
Yeah.
Well played.
Like, look, he's got Shield Block, Bring It On, other Dead Man's Hand. The only thing you don't want is you don't want a bunch of Scourge Lord Garroshes, but whatever.
I mean, that's a really solid 5-drop.
That is. That's about as good as it gets. In fact, I think that is technically the best 5-drop, right? I guess White Eyes would have been pretty good because White Eyes would give him a 10-10 into his deck.
Yeah, that's true. Although it's a death rattle, right? So he would have to die.
Yeah, it would
first.
have to die. Yeah. And I think Bjornish understands that he's going to be dead next turn. Okay, he's not going to be dead. Well, Shield Block should find the Cold Light, right? There it is.
There it is. So you dead
Yeah,
man.
he dead mans to get another Cold Light into your deck, for sure. Now he's got 4 Scourge Lord Garroshes, though. 2 in his deck. And that's going to do it. He's going to take 7 fatigue damage through the Ice Block on the very next turn.
Secrets do not trigger on your own turn, and Pi sweeps.
That was pretty impressively done there by Rational Pi. So Pi making it into the finals here. We got 2 people sweeping into the finals, and so we're going to have Rational Pi versus Nitsud. And I think, did you say that you looked up Nitsud's lineup already? He's got 2 aggro decks and then a Frostlich Jaina deck. And a Priest.
Yes.
Alright, so we'll wait for the bracket to update.
Zoo, Murloc, Control Mage. What's his priest? His priest is a big priest.
Big Priest, yep.
All right, so I am rooting for Nitsud to lose based on that alone.
Alright. So, I'm going to let the players know that they can just start when ready.
Yeah, I've messaged Nitsud.
Oh, you still waiting to get friend request through? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nitsud's lineup is, like we said, okay, so the big priest and then the big spell mage, is that what it is? Basically, yeah.
All right, looks like Nitsud ran real quick, has a personal friend in the Discord, so he will be being summoned via text.
Oh, okay. Well, he finished his match quite a while ago, right? So that makes sense.
It has been a bit.
Well, here's what we're gonna do then. Let's also, me and you, take a short break while we wait on Nitsud. And Pie's match to start. Let's take about 3. You good with that?
Sounds good.
Just gonna run to the bathroom and grab a beer.
I will see you at 7:07.
Sure. All right, guys, we will be right back.
BRB. You back?
And we're back. We've got the finals of the angriest chicken here. Take taco, and it is a star-studded affair. We've got Rational Pie versus Nitsud, both players coming off of clean sweeps in the semis. So
That it is. Someone is going to take taco.
yes. Yeah, that's right. Everybody else, take taco. But one player is going to take taco. All right.
Nitsud or pie?
I'm going to go ahead and keep Rational Pie on the bottom. Looks like they have actually started. All right, here we go.
They have. So my question is, both players rocking decks I can't stand. Who do I root for?
Well, here's the thing. Both players are they're utilizing a card that I think a lot of people are not super excited about, which is Barnes. And Barnes will be going away soon. So
He's going to standard and staying the same.
sure.
Or he's
sure.
going to
It's
wild.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he's leaving standard. He's going to wild, but he's staying the same.
Yeah, it will forever plague wild, basically.
Yeah.
It's what's gonna happen.
we are, by the way, not seeing Priest banned in this matchup. Warlock has been banned for Pi, so we're not going to see his control Warlock with Rin. And Mage has been banned over on the side of Nidsud, so we will not see his control Mage.
Yep. Which I think I get. I think if you're looking at things like your Warriors deck is going to have a really hard time with that Mage. Fatiguing mages with Jaina is real difficult.
This is about the most beautiful Murloc buffing you could ever hope for, by the way.
Oh, this is fantastic, yeah. So we do see Barnes picked up again for Rational Pi, so this is now 2 games we've casted this deck, and both times he has found the Barnes. What is the secret, by the way? Is it a cat trick? Okay.
It is a cat trick. Now let's see if Pi can just make one more turn without drawing Yashiraj, and he will have successfully piloted the Barnes Spell Hunter.
He's the best Spell Hunter I've ever seen, man. He always draws Barnes and never draws Yashiraj. It's amazing.
Always, as in one game we watched.
All right, and okay, dodge
Mark.
the bullet. Here we go.
Congratulations, Pi.
He also conveniently has the weapon up, so he can go ahead and take care of the War Leader. Now, there's no Gentle Megasaur.
No, there's not. However, Tarim can be coined out next turn.
Next turn, yeah. I think it might be just a Champion's Maul turn here, just to have as many minions on board as you can get. And then
that is the hope, yeah.
You can also then kill off the 3/4 Barnes.
Reporting for duty.
Which I think is a very good call, especially if you're most likely going to be... Well, I guess
everybody always kills the Yashiraj, but the Yashiraj doesn't do anything anymore at this point, right? So now here's the thing: Rational Pi is down to 13 health. Like, you blink and you missed it, but yeah.
Well, that's it, right? That's it right there. I think that's why we didn't see Barnes being removed. Is that Nidsud there wants to do more face damage?
Sure. Okay, that makes sense.
The explosive trap is not going to really matter.
No, because everything's going to have 3 health in about 2 seconds here.
And it's only triggers off of Hero being attacked as well, and we're about to see some 3/3 trading going on.
He might actually just push this face. He might. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Because you can deal 11 damage this turn. And you have a Spellbreaker in your hand.
You're on 14 though. You're on 14 though, and you're going to leave up a 10/10? I don't know.
He's not a 10/10 anymore. He's a 3/3.
Oh, that's... Oh, gotcha. I'm sorry. I thought you were considering a different play where he goes face and doesn't play Tarim.
No. Yeah. No, he always plays Tarim, and then I think you just push 11. But he does decide to go ahead and kill off the Yashiraj. Again, though, it's like the Yashiraj at that point is just a 3/3. It doesn't pull anything else, right?
Right.
I know looking at it, he's very scary, but... Alright, well, this is a decent Deathstalker Rexar here, I think. So
yeah.
Cleans up his board, gains some health, and now he can start trying to play the value game here.
Mercifully, for the side of Nidsud, does not have damage in hand.
No. But he can, I mean, he can start spamming the board here a little bit. I kind of like Vilefin, War Leader, Hero Power. Just try to start getting bodies on the board for this Megasaur.
Absolutely.
Because now the Hunter Hero Power is gone as far as like the direct damage. Oh, he's going to go for Hero Power, Vilefin Hero Power, and hold back on the War Leader. I'm okay with this too, because yes, the War Leader does just die to the 3/3. But in the scenario that I described, there'd be 2 Murlocs left next turn for a Megasaur, and he could make 1 more. I think both ways.
There's an argument for both. I always err on the side of more Murlocs from a Megasaur.
Sure.
But that's I think it's a bit of a personal decision.
So let's see what he went with. He went with the Razor Maw.
4/6. 4/6 Razor Maw that has taunt.
That's pretty good.
For 5 mana? Yeah, I'd pay that.
It's a good card.
I would pay that.
Job's done.
But there's
All right.
Spellbreaker in hand. Does he? No. Well, let's see. 4
Arms,
mana.
like that.
No. So, well, that's 7 mana with the War Leader. The War Leader adds an additional 6 damage onto board, which brings us up to 9 damage. 1 damage short of lethal.
Yeah, spell
Oh wait,
break.
no, it's the Murloc War Leader does not buff the token.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot
yeah.
it
It's
wasn't
only 7
on.
damage. Yeah.
That's true.
+3 health seems pretty good. Wind Fury doesn't get him there, but it does add 3 damage. I just like the health here though.
At
So now he's the 1/1 and
6,
the 3/6, and then the 3/4 can clear off 3/3. And without the hero power, yeah, Rational Pie is gonna have to find a charging beast maybe, or a kill command. I believe he's used one. Has he used one kill command already?
He has one
Okay.
kill command has already been used. There's still 15 cards in his deck, so looking pretty safe for Nitsud.
All right, he's gonna look for damage here. Arcane Shot is damage. Candle Shot though is one more. Flanking Strike could be useful this turn. He does have the Hunter's Mark in hand though too, so you could go Candle Shot, Hunter's Mark this turn, and play his Zombeast. I like that. I think. But yeah, I think you're gonna have to kill off this War Leader, and then play your taunting Zombeast. Wow, suddenly Rational Pie is in a lot of trouble here.
That he is. Once you get rid of that Hunter hero power,
Yeah.
you'll be pretty sure you can close things out.
This game has swung back and forth a bunch of times. Like, it looked like, oh, Barnes on 4? Okay, well, Rational Pie's gonna win. Oh, wait a minute, Tarim on 5? Never mind, Nitsud's gonna win it. And now I just have no idea.
Your magic.
So we
shall
can
not
push lethal with the weapon pickup. As
That is
long
true.
as this is not what it is, which is Wandering Monster. So yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, that is a great get of a
Oh
wandering
my
monster.
god. Well, you have to call to arms now. Alright, does find a Righteous Protector.
Yeah.
Oh
he wanted
my God.
he wanted that knife juggler to be first, not last.
Oh my god. Alright, well, does have a big wide board here. There's an explosive trap pickup though. And that actually kills everything except for holy
Spellbreaker.
crap, this game. Okay.
This just got spicy.
I think you can take the Alley Cat just because it gives you another 1/1 on the board. Oh, and there's a Stegodon. That's a taunt minion. Although now you're at 16. Do you really care? I don't think he needs the taunt anymore, but yeah, might as well grab it.
Job's done.
Okay, well, Nitsud's running out of life to work with here, so this weapon is not as effective as he would like it to be.
Yeah. No,
This-
the taunt technically gives his minions more value because they're going to be able to bust this down instead of just dying to explosive trap.
Sure.
But I'm.
But
to
then
what
they'll die
end?
later.
Exactly. To what end?
Well, he can
You
play.
can
Okay, so what he can do is he can do Juggler plus 5/2 into the taunt minion, and then Cold Light Seer to get his Murloc out of range, and the 4/3 won't die. That's a nice juggle.
Great juggle.
And then let's see, so that would be 7, 8, 9, because yeah. No, 10. He deals 10 this turn, but he probably has to kill off this. Oh. Huh. I don't like that.
Move quickly.
Kind of against that form of trading
10,
because
so
it
that's-
doesn't play around the explosive trap anymore.
No, it doesn't.
Like he could have had his Murloc Tide color alive here. I think you just hit face with this weapon because are you ever hitting a minion at 4 health? No.
No. No, you are not.
Now he's hoping that somehow Rational Pie has cards in hand here. And he's looking for a charge minion.
That he is.
Kodo's good though because it kills the 2/1.
Yeah, no charge, but this is just a slow win. That's what's
An
happening.
8 mana
on this side
4/9
of Pi.
with taunt
is-
that kills a 2/1. All right.
It's been a wild game.
Yeah. I guess you just go for Divine Favor here.
Right. You drop the Tide Collar,
Yeah.
draw 2 cards.
I don't
Hope
know
to
what
find
cards he find.
Another-
Maybe Call to Arms again.
A Righteous Protector with delay.
Put this apple on your head.
Okay, he's gonna get a couple juggles here, but this Hydrologist, there's actually no world that this ever works because he's got the Candle Shot up. So that's
The
just
weapon,
GG.
yeah.
That is
Yeah,
a
as long as-
GG.
As long as he checks correctly. I would still go Noble Sack just in case he attacks with the Kodo first.
Sure. Give him a chance to make a mistake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rational
Plus,
Pie just
juggler value is always good.
picking up wins with this hunter deck, man.
Well played.
That was not necessarily a deck that was on my radar coming into this taco.
No, although if you look at stats over on HS replays, it has made a comeback. It is
Sure.
in the green.
Sure. I mean, here we are in the finals and up 1-0 with this hunter. So, all right. So let's see. That leaves Rational Pie with Priest, right? Yeah, Priest, which he is running. Oh, it looks like he's just running the straight up Control Priest. With the double Cabal Shadow, double Cabal Shadow Priest and Elise the Trailblazer. This was a really popular deck on ladder for a little while, and it's kind of fallen out of favor in place of it is now the combo deck again. And then of course he's also got that Fatigue Warrior.
My Hearthstone is freezing up on me. Ah, there it goes. It's working now.
I think I might like to see Nitsud switch to his priest here. He's going with the Warlock. Okay, that's okay too. He's playing a Zoo, by the way. We talked about this already, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I like this Zoo deck, actually. I think a lot of people are not giving Zoo the credit it deserves. I like the Fungalmancer build that he's got.
Zoo has been a sleeper all Kobolds and Catacombs. It has been solid
Sure.
the entire expansion.
Is he not running? No, wait. 1, 2, 3. He's
This is
not
a-
running the Death Knight in his Zoo deck.
No, he is not.
In place of the Death Knight, he's got a single Dragon Slayer.
This is also not a Keleseth Warlock. This is
No.
a Homunculus.
Yeah, Homunculus and Demon Fire has been pretty popular because you can play Flame Imp on 1 or Malchezaar's Imp on 1, and then you Demon Fire it on 2, and suddenly you've got a giant threat, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this was the version I picked up right at the beginning of Kobolds and Catacombs. I think I remember having a debate with you on Angry Chicken about whether Keleseth or Homunculus was the way to go.
Yeah. I prefer the Homunculus version at this point. The Keleseth version is like, sure, sometimes you draw Keleseth and it's amazing, but this one just kind of in general curves out, right?
This is more consistent.
Yeah.
I'm not hoping for the high roll of Keleseth.
And we see here that this 5/4 is going to probably smash face a few times. There's no way to deal with it right now. You might have to go for Shadow Visions and try to find something to pair with his Pint-Sized Potion. Okay, there's a death. So he will be able to kill it next turn, but by that point, the damage might be done. All right, now, after seeing the Shadow Visions, a real heads-up play for Nitsud would be not to Blood Fury Potion this, but he's going to go ahead and do it, just take the damage. But yeah, like it's very likely that Rational Pie was able to pick up this death, so I would have preferred to see him just go Librarian and Homunculus on that last turn. I might just do the tap instead of the Librarian here, just to utilize your mana, but I think either one is fine. Okay, picks up a Doomguard, which I think you just slam on 5, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good pickup there. And now Rational Pie is going to have a 3/8 that's healing him every turn. That's a problem. And a Dustbreaker, which is a pretty key card against the Zoolock.
It is very good. He does have the oh yeah, this is scary because you kind of want a Soulfire, right? You're kind of feeling like you need to, but you're hoping.
He does need to. I don't think he can leave up this 3/8, but he might just push right on by. I mean, he deals this 7, but then he potentially Rational Pie gains, 9, 12, something like that next turn, right? So a little sketchy. So Pint-Sized Horror will clear this whole thing up and gain 6 life.
Yeah, and this is where it's looking very good for Pie.
Yeah, at this point, I think There's not a lot going for Nitsud here. That Pi can't deal with it, right? He's got the Dustbreaker in hand. Got Potion of Madness. He's got a Shadow Visions to find other things if he needs them. This is actually one of the better matchups for this Priest deck. This pure control Priest deck. Because it just has so many tools, right?
Right. This is the kind of the story for Pi is like in the beginning we're like, wow, it looks great for Pi's for Pi's opponent, and then it turns.
You know what's funny is how good everyone says that Dragonfire Potion is, and how many Priest decks playing dragons, and how none of them are playing Dragonfire Potion anymore.
Because they just don't need it.
Yeah, it's like the Dustbreaker was enough, right?
Between Dustbreaker and Shadow Word Horror combined with Pint-Sized Potion, it's just unnecessary. And if you're running, if you're doing Spiteful Priest, you just don't have the room for it.
Sure. It also only summons 6 drops. Only looking for 8 drops potential. Well, I think that's gonna probably okay. You can just play this Doomguard with no penalty.
I mean, this is the best thing that has happened to Nitsud in the last 3 turns.
Sure. Still don't think it's gonna be enough, unfortunately, but
No, it isn't.
it is the best possible top deck, right?
Yes.
Okay. Fungalmancer, if you can pair that with things next turn, if this Doomguard is not dead. There's a lot of ifs here.
Yeah. It puts the Doomguard out of range of Pint-Sized Potion clear. If it lands.
I do like going face with it. I think that was... Oh my god. Alright, well... Apparently
Yeah.
Rational Pi is a man of destiny here today.
That he is. He has been drawing very well.
Yeah. That was pretty nuts.
I like to think that the hesitation right there was just him feeling bad.
Now, I want to point something out here. And I don't want... I know Nitsud's probably going to go back later and watch this VOD. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, but this 3-8 that has gained him about 21 life could have been dead the turn it was played.
Yes.
And it's unfortunately still here and still healing him for 1 million.
I'm not sure how much it would have really mattered in the long term.
I mean, I don't think that that's... Yeah, I'm not saying like, oh, you would have won had you done this, but I mean, it might have been... There might have been like a chance, right? And right now it kind of looks like there's just no way. So... I don't think he even needs to worry that much about clearing anymore. You can go Potion of Madness just to clear off the 2-2, and then... Yeah, I think you just go push base with the rest. Like, who cares about this 1 minion? That's what Rational Pi does.
Almost back up to full health.
Yeah, he's at 28. Like, okay, sure, you've got a Dark Shadow Councilman. Cool. So he could technically tap here because he could freeze the 5/6. He wouldn't be dead next turn, but he doesn't know about the Fungalmancer.
So
We know about the Fungalmancer. He doesn't.
I should meet you.
So actually, he does have to kill off. Oh no, that would only be. No, that would be lethal, right? That'd be 8. Yeah. He does actually have to kill off the 1/3. He doesn't know it. And that's GG. Fungalmancer coming down.
I mean, no one expects the Fungalmancer.
No one expects the Fungalmancer increase, though. The Rational Pi up 2 games to nothing here in the finals. Going to require a reverse sweep.
Yeah, and I think that that warrior is looking pretty against against things like Murloc Paladin and
You just need to find one win with it against some decks that is very heavily favored against, right?
Yeah. I would not be surprised to see Nidsud swap over to Priest.
Yeah,
for
I
this
think
next
it's
game.
just try to get a win. Just play your favorable matchup. Try to get kind of back into the groove. You know, some players will go, "Oh, I'll just play my weakest one since I know I have to win with each deck." I think it's better to just try to elongate the series, right? Try to make get more play out of your opponent. Maybe you can fatigue them a little bit. turn the tide, like just getting momentum back in your favor is, I think, better than just kind of like that give up mentality that some people end up having.
Right. Like you've already taken your mental licks. See if
Yeah.
you can return some to your opponent.
And there you go. Nitsa does go with the priest. I like this. I like this
Light shall bring victory.
Respect, and it said respect, even though it's Big Priest. So I'm now retrieving that respect.
All right, so I really like the execute keep when you know that it's Big Priest. I think if you're a Nitsud, you probably throw everything back and look for Barnes. That's kind of the general strategy here.
That
I
it
think
is.
actually I'd throw, if I'm Rational Pie, I think I only keep the execute.
Yeah, because he knows it's Big Priest.
As we said, they are aware of each other's deck list.
I might actually. You know what? I think I'd keep the execute and the Blood Razor with the coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I mean, you need an activator, right? So.
Right.
So let's see. Anything interesting going on here in this Big Priest deck? Double Silence is interesting.
He's keeping the entire hand.
Wow. Oh, and a Yashraj. You don't want the Yashraj in your hand. You want it in your deck. And then out on the board.
Come on, haven't you seen how Pie's Hunter works?
Yeah. I don't see a Barnes in that hand at all. How does he expect to win? Now, here's the thing, though. This matchup is going to basically... nothing's going to happen for a while, and then everything's going to get crazy. Basically, Garrett, right now, I want you to just lean back in your chair. If you have a beverage, sip it. Because we're going to be here for a while they hero power for back and forth.
I didn't think about it, and I completed my beverage about an hour before we even started this thing.
Mistakes were made.
I could go get another one, but I would like to drive to dinner after this.
Ah, okay. All right. Fair enough. The one responsible man in Florida, Garrett Weinzell, everybody. The rest of the Floridians, they just, snort some bath salts and then go out to their local TGI Fridays, right?
I like to think that they are transient visitors from every other state in the union.
All right. We got our share of those here in Austin, Texas.
Man, I am so ready to come for another visit.
Oh yeah, we're ready for you, man.
Just need some travel money, man. Need to find that travel money.
That's where the bartending gig comes in, right? Because then all that money you just like pocket for going places.
Yeah, but then there's a job that I can't just leave.
Sure, that's problematic. Yeah, I'm kind of running into that issue right now too. Because now I'm working 2 jobs where they're both like not set schedules. So at the beginning of every month, it's like, okay, this day I'm working, this day I'm working, this day I'm working. It gets weird. Okay, Dirty Rat never gets played in this matchup ever, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no minion that you want to pull. I mean, I guess you could Dirty Rat execute something, but
yeah,
then it comes back again and again and again and again.
This is almost... It's almost perfect, because Yashraj is the only minion.
Yeah.
Like, Nitsud almost has a minion for hand.
So this is weird here. Rational Pie has to play something. That something can't be Acolyte. It can't be Shield Block. His hand is completely full.
Maybe.
Oof, Acolyte is a little risky. Okay, he's gonna go ahead and cycle the Whirlwind here.
He has other ways to deal damage, so that's fine.
Well, it's just that there's like Spirit Lash and stuff in Nitsud's deck, so there is possible ways to. But yeah, he's gotten himself down to 8 cards, so I don't think we're gonna see that anyway. I think it's just Shadow Essence time, right? This is where Nitsud's deck finally starts to kick into high gear. And
I just don't know. I don't know what Big Priest looks like without Barnes on 3. Typically, with the coin is how it always seems to go when I see a Big Priest.
Now it's just which removal do I use?
I have so many options.
Yeah. You could go with the Blood Razor Execute.
It draws you the most cards.
Sure, yeah. It cycles into your own deck, which I think at this point is pretty necessary. The thing is, though, that I kind of actually like just using Sleep with the Fishes here. Because this isn't going to kill very many things going forward, right? So you should use it now. Yeah.
There's going to be too much health once the
Yeah, nothing's
resurrection
gonna have
starts
3
taking-
health ever again, right?
starts
So
taking place. Yeah. Well,
Alright.
eventually there will be a 1 health minion from Mars.
that's true.
Which
But Sleep with the
Sleep
Fishes
with the
doesn't kill that either. So.
Well, yeah. Priest things could happen. Who knows?
Yeah. So if he goes with the Eternal Servitude, let's see, how many cards does he have in his hand anymore? 1, 2, 3,
As far as
4, 5,
options,
6,
only
7,
Arthas.
8.
Oh, you're talking about cards in hand.
Yeah, for Nitzud, because he's gonna get a DK card here, or Lich King card. Is he gonna overdraw? 2, 3,
He
4,
is.
5,
He's going to
6,
burn 1
7,
card.
8, 9, 10. Yeah, he needed to burn something there. He should have just like played the pint-sized potion, I think. Because there's some pretty bad burns here.
There are, and Pie's not running a minion heavy deck, so the pint size isn't going to get
Yeah.
a lot of, if any, value.
In fact,
Now that I
yeah,
think of, like
what
Harrison
minion?
Jones, that's it. Every other minion's
Oh,
already
see?
at 2 or below.
Yeah, and he loses one of his most important minions to be pulling out all the time, over and over and over again.
What
A
did
little
it
bit of a
burn?
misstep.
It went by too fast.
It was
Obsidian
Obsidian
statue?
statue. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the ones you don't want to lose. Really, really good card.
Hurts for sure.
All right, so there is a Harrison in Rational Pie's deck. However,
Frostborn's just not gonna kill minions.
no.
What does it get here? It can't kill a dirty rat. He's not gonna dirty rat anyway. Oh yeah, I get a dry whisker armor.
It deals 15 damage, is what it does.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
It deals with the armor currently on Pie.
Yep. Yeah, right now Nitzud's hand is not full of the cards he wants. He's got all of these removal options against a deck that's not playing any minions. So, awkward. Awkward to say the least. Both these guys are just trying to figure out how to pilot these decks. Take this game to fatigue, essentially. To not overdraw their own stuff. Alright, Shadow Word Horror. And not anything he really cares about.
No, but he needs to play some cards.
You don't actually even want to hit the Dry Whisker Armor with this Frostborn, because then you put a Dry Whisker Armor into your pool of minions at that point.
I wonder.
And your big priest. You just
that's-
want your big minion. Right?
That is true. Yeah, he's gonna Shadow Word paint it.
That's fine. I don't mind just go ahead and hitting face here. Like the Shadowmourne is basically just, yeah, it's 15 damage at this point. Oh, jeez. Well, he doesn't want to draw 2 cards, so this is also kind of weird.
What a bizarre game.
This is how these types of games go, though, a lot of times, where it's like these 2 heavy control decks against each other. It's kind of like you just try to do as little as possible, right? And make
Mhm.
sure at the end of the game you have all the resources.
All I can think of anytime this happens is when you and I were hanging out at DreamHack watching Warrior versus Warrior.
Mm-hmm. That's
He's
I
just
remember
gonna-
that very well, yeah. And it was basically
He's gonna
just-
burn asleep with the fishes so that he can Harrison.
yeah,
It's still gonna bring him up to 10 though, so
he's gonna have to burn something
have
else.
Is he gonna slam it? Oh, he slams his own minion. He draws a card.
He draws a card.
has to Dead Man's Hand or Dirty Rat, but Dirty Rat would be scary.
Dirty Rat is super scared. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I would have gone for the Harrison here. I don't think that weapon was too much of a
he's doing
problem.
it. He feels
Here
bold.
comes the Asheraj. Okay, well, if we
On the bright side, Gills, it doesn't draw a minion.
not yet, but it will.
Correct.
So pint size horror, is pint size in the hand? Yes. Pint size horror allows him to push. I need a pain though. Huh. I don't know about that. I think I would have used pint size horror there because. Okay. Well, he's maybe just trying to get cards out of his hand. That
I was
makes
about to
sense.
say, I think he might be fearful of the oracles coming online.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, well, but both ways use 2 cards, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the brawl. And the dirty rat overcome an obsidian statue and an old god.
If it does, it doesn't matter because an obsidian statue.
No, obsidian statue. I mean, if you paid close attention to the art of Obsidian statue, I mean that's a stupid question to ask Garrett, but
I actually haven't.
he's clearly the baddest mofo on the planet. I mean, look how giant this guy is. He's got his army of undead all around him, and he's just towering over everything. It's pretty sweet.
I actually never looked up the full art. I want to see. He looks like he's from Uldum, but he's
He's
hanging
very
out with a
Ultimate,
bunch
for sure.
of like Scourge dudes, which doesn't make any sense.
He's like Oldham meets Ice Crown.
Yeah, he's straight up one of the Uldum models.
Yep.
Why is he hanging out with the Scourge? Why
Well,
is he in
because the
Northrend?
Lich King converted him, right? Look, they're
That is
hanging out
the-
together. You got a murderer's row here. You got 2 Lich Kings, an old god, and a
Look,
crazy.
listen,
Lich
even
Statue.
Arthas wants to take a summer vacation. He goes down to Uldum. He makes friends with a
Sure.
couple of the local Obsidian statues. He goes, "Hey man, how do you feel about me stealing your soul in eternal servitude to my army?"
Exactly.
They're like, "Hey, do I get to look like a boss in front of a bunch of dead guys?" Then sure, sign me up.
I'm not sure what Rational Pi does here. I feel like that dirty rat was the turning point of this game.
Speak to me.
Yeah, he had no fuel. Nitzud had
Yeah.
no fuel for his resurrect effects, and by dirty ratting, it just started the chain.
Yep.
It began the conga line that is Big Priest resurrect effects.
Yeah. And here, this was also kind of awkward because now he went down to 1 armor. So I actually have to hit the armor button if he wants to. Oh, no, because it did the 1 damage. Never mind. He's fine. He'll gain 8, right? So you can still shield slam. I think we're going to see a shield slam and an execute, probably.
Onto one of.
Actually, I think we're going to see tons of executes and a shield slam. Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's 1 more spellstone left, and there's 1 more eternal servitude. But after that, all of the resurrect effects will be gone.
Yeah, this is still looking kind of good for Pi.
It's up in the air right now, I think, who's gonna win this one. Don't mind seeing like Death and Decay here or something like. Actually, no, I think you horror this to get rid of these without drawing in more cards. Yeah. Yep, that makes sense. There is even potential to go for the Potion of Madness to try to draw yourself, but I think you kind of don't want to draw. You just don't want to let him draw because he has Dead Man's Hand.
Right.
You want to slow down you drawing, right? All these giant minions, and Nitzud has put exactly 0 damage onto Rational Pi's face. Just warrior things, man. Just warrior things. There's the first Cold Light Oracle. He needs to basically what you want is you want to find both of them before you start Dead Man's Handing, though. He's just gonna go ahead and play it.
Just gonna do it. I mean, he's got another one. That's fine. There it
Okay.
is.
Is he gonna overdraw Nitzud here? 1, 2, 3, 4,
He
5?
can
He
now.
is,
Yeah,
right?
Nitzud's at 10. So if he
Mhm.
he can Dead Man's Hand and Oracle and burn 2 cards for his opponent.
Yep, he could. But then he doesn't get to do his Dead Man's into Dead Man's into Dead Man's thing. But does he need to do that to win this game? I'm not sure. Oh, there's the second one.
Now he gets the Dead Man's into
Yeah,
Dead Man's.
but I think
into
he needs to get some stuff out of his hand here. Like I think I would probably like get the Whirlwind out of my hand.
I gotta move.
'Cause Whirlwind's not going to do a lot. Like you kind of want to get the Scourge Lord Garrosh out of your hand too. You don't want to be making more of those. You just want Bring It Ons, Cold Lights. I don't even think you want Blood
Hand
Razors.
is too full.
You just want Cold Lights, Dead Man's, Bring It On.
If he had any executes left, the Whirlwinds, the Blood
Sure.
Razors, those would have been fine. But
Yeah.
he doesn't.
But yeah, so he's got 2 cards left. One is a Brawl and one is a Bring It On, right? Brawl would be a fine one too. You could
Yeah.
get that.
Brawl would be great, actually.
So I think if I'm Nitzud, I try to play a card here again. I might just use this Death Coil to just shoot him in the face or something. Because, Cold Lights are going to be coming. Like, he's down to 2 cards left. Rational Pi. This is where these kind of matchups, you have to play them a lot to understand, like, the intricacies of what's going to happen, what's going on, what the opponent is planning to do. And you don't see these matchups on the ladder, so it's hard to prepare for them.
No, I think it was very smart of Pi to bring this deck. So
So,
there's
yeah.
the Brawl.
I think it's time to play Scourge Lord, but I think I'd armor up first, right? Yeah, he's trying to get. You want to get all the things out of your hand that you don't want to be drawing into. Scourge Lord is one of those. You don't want to keep drawing Scourge Lord.
With a Bring It On in hand, and Dead Man's Hand in hand, you don't care about your hero power anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Has
This-
Pi
this-
just locked it up?
This might be where Pi takes it home. Yeah, I think we've seen some
My dream and the
maybe
world
some mismanagement of the matchup here on Nitsud's side, and it's allowed Pi. Like we saw. I think what could definitely be considered a misplay with the going to 10 cards and having to Dirty Rat, right? And kind of put Nitsud into the game.
I think that's the most obvious misplay I've seen this game, but
Sure.
here we are with Nitsud at 9 cards, and the Cold Light train is about to leave the station.
Yep. All right, so you want to get this Blood Razor out of your hand as well. So I think I would go ahead and maybe just hit face, play the Blood Razor, and then start doing the stuff. He doesn't want to Bring It Ons. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you really just want Cold Lights. But yeah, he's just getting all the crap out of his hand, basically. This is what's so weird about this deck. Is like you get to this point, and you're like, okay, what cards do I want? I like him doing the brawls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when the second Spellstone does happen, Brawl is the best answer to that.
Correct. Man, Dills, how do you feel about 49 effective health?
Feel good about it, especially when there's no drawback. It's 2 mana to gain 20, and there's literally 0 drawback to it. Wow. Or 4 mana to gain 20, whatever. Who's counting?
Right.
Yeah, Death Coil your opponent in the face. For sure. I don't know, man. Nitsud is gonna draw too many cards here. He needs to like play this Greater Healing Potion or something too, I think.
Yeah, I understand the reluctance.
Okay,
I
throwing a
might
Spirit
even,
Lash away.
might even silence my own Ysera so she stops giving me cards.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Give
but
it
I
a
think you
silence.
want these dream cards because that's maybe how you're gonna win the game, right? Right, that's
Yeah.
actually kind of a brick, but he's got the Cold Light here, so you're gonna hope to find another Cold Light and Dead Man's here. Okay,
There it is.
he's gonna stop the train if he just does that. I like the Brawl here. Yeah, I think you can be patient with this Dead Man's because this last card is the second Dead Man's, right? You might as well bring it on. Unless he wants to make more of them with this next Dead Man's. Okay, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
I'd want to make more of it. Bring It On, one of my favorite pieces of art from the Lich King set, by the way.
Oh wow.
That is one
She is
pissed
one
off Valkyrie.
badass. Yeah. So Potion of Madness and then what? Dream it into your hand? Make sure you hit face first. You could also even Nightmare. Deal a little extra damage. Put more cards out. I don't mind this. Good use of your resources right now when you just kind of want to use them up. I wouldn't mind just... I was going to silence it. That just gives it back. I don't know if you knew how that interaction was going to work. That was not good. So for people who are wondering, like the effect that pulls it onto your side is a silenceable effect. So when you silence it, it doesn't mean that it now stays on your side. It immediately goes back to the other.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Nitsud knew that was exactly what was going to happen there. You could dream it. He could have dreamed it back into its hand because at that point you are the owner of it, right? And then you'd have that. Okay, are there any minions left here? One Obsidian statue was burned. Ysera, Lich King have all actually come out. I think this
Wow.
Barnes doesn't pull anything.
Barnes was the 5th from the bottom card.
Yep.
Glorious redemption.
Yep.
I've never felt so bad for a big priest before.
Yeah. Kind of getting owned right now.
Yeah, this is a deck I have it out for, but Nitsud has had some bad beats in this, and I was rooting for him.
Okay. Once again, he just gives back the cold light. Let's see. What is in Rational Pie's deck now? Another cold light, a Dead Man's, and a brawl. Or no, a Bring It On, right?
Bring it on, yeah. He just drew the brawl.
So is he gonna hit this Barnes? No, he's just gonna do nothing. All right,
Just gonna pass.
fair enough.
He
I don't think
he's
he has to
confident.
do anything. Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
So that last Spellstone is basically Nitsa's last hope, and unfortunately, he kind of has to understand that there are just a bajillion brawls now in Rational Pie's hand and deck.
Yeah.
I think at this point you can go ahead and cold light because you know you will draw the other Dead Man's and you'll have another cold light. You can go ahead and do that. He's just kind of going. He just wants to make sure. I think at this point you're so far ahead in this game, you just don't want to make some horrible mistake, right? So it's a
Right.
good idea to just stop and think.
It's a wonderful send off for Cold Light Oracle into Wild.
Sure. You were fun. You were weird. Now go away.
Be gone with you to the weird zone.
I'm out of cards.
All right, so he doesn't necessarily want all these brawls, but he doesn't really have a choice in the matter.
I must choose.
I mean, one brawl is going to be enough basically to win him this
Sure,
game.
sure.
So it's fine.
All right, well, there's the Spellstone, and the Shadow Essence that is just a 6-mana do nothing right now. I feel like, okay, you remember there's that card, what's the, where you find demons in your deck and you draw 2 of them? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I sense demons.
Sense Demon. And then when you do it and you don't have any demons in your deck, it gives you 2 worthless imps, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then how come Shadow Essence, when you have no minions in your deck, you play it and it just literally does nothing? Shouldn't it give you something, right?
Hadn't really thought
Like
about
the
that.
spirit of worthless imps, like it should give you something.
I don't know. No.
Of the frozen waste.
I mean,
Just seems like an inconsistency in like how, because also think about, you know, Wild Growth, right? When you use it at full mana, you get the excess mana and then you draw a card
yeah,
with
I
it.
mean, it's a copy, not specific cards. I don't know.
Sure.
I mean, I think you could argue it in both directions.
But like Sense Demons doesn't necessarily say if there are no demons, create 2 worthless imps. Like, I don't know. It just seems weird. It seems like they had like this way of doing things where like, oh well, the card doesn't do anything, we should let it do something. And then they just threw that out the window at some point. They're like, no, never mind, we don't care anymore.
No.
Well, this anti-magic shell is real good when you have lots of minions. Real bad when you have none.
Right.
But he has to just go ahead and go for the Spellstone here, and that is not the greatest Spellstone I've ever seen. But yeah, this is it's time for Rational Pie to start doing a victory dance.
Yashiraj is basically that
Of cards.
that John Travolta meme where he's just looking around like, guys,
Yeah.
anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone?
All right, so Dead Man's this, sure, why not? You can go ahead and brawl if you want. I think I would brawl first before I Dead Man stuff. You don't need more brawl. I think he's just gonna.
I would just start.
Oh, I think he's
randomly
just gonna
playing
draw him to
cards.
death, right? Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I would just start randomly playing cards without thinking. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's true. He could probably just do that and it'd be fine. I think it's only right that the old god wins this one over 2 Murlocs
Yes.
and a steward. 2 Murlocs and a butler, and then Yashiraj can't win. All right, writing is very clearly on the wall here, but anti-magic shell means, hey, no more
Nothing.
executes.
Nothing to Brawl. Brawl doesn't care.
Now look, he can. Okay, Nitsa can heal for like 1,000,000 here, so if he can hit face a bunch of times with this Yashiraj, I guess it's not completely over. Rational Pie needs to find an Oracle.
The fatigue is going to get up too high, and the Bring It Ons are going to put are gonna put Pi out of range.
That's true. I mean, it's just if you are Nitsud, you're thinking, okay, it's not completely over yet. Like if Rational Pi can't find his yeah, so next he'll take 8, but he will again be able to heal. He basically go to full this turn too. He's got 3 of these total, right? So
yeah, so you can delay one. You can heal
go,
himself.
I think you can go like 3 or 4 more turns. It just depends on if the cold light's drawn or not.
There's
Rational
only 3
Pi.
cards there's only 3 cards left in Rational Pi's deck. So
How many of them are cold lights though? One's a dead man's.
I think 1. I think he's only been
Yeah.
cycling back in
So if
one
the
cold
bottom
light
one
at a
is
time.
cold light, then he can potentially hit face a bunch more times.
Yeah. Oh, there's a brawl. That doesn't help.
Yep.
And he really doesn't want to send this back because he
But-
doesn't want to just flood his.
Yeah, but he needs to hit
What is
face
that
like a
control?
lot of times. Okay. So this turn, he can just use the hero power. I think he's trying to figure out if the math ever works. I don't think it does.
I don't think so either.
Just because of
But-
the Bring It On.
I know this is you call this fatigue warrior, but I, as a viewer, am fatigued.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I'm
I
just
think
like,
everyone
where,
here is a little tired of this game.
Where does it go from here?
Everyone here is ready for this game to be over. These are really interesting scenarios, though, that Hearthstone has created with these types of
Yeah, and
cards that
Nitsud
they
is
put out,
playing
right?
this well. Like
Sure.
he's making the correct read there to hero power, not to greater hero healing.
Okay,
poison.
so the cold light is the last one. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, so that makes this his last Bring It On ever.
Yeah, but the cold light will be drawn next turn. He'll be able to dead man's before he plays it, and he'll cold light and he'll make it's a draw twice, which will be 21 damage, and then it'll be 33 damage the next turn after that, and this Yashraj has to be able to hit face 2 more times.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think he
that's
can
a
hit
20.
face 2 more times. I think he's only got 1 more time in it.
Out of cards.
Alright, so Dead Man's. The problem is he's putting a ton of brawls in there. So many
Yeah.
brawls. But he can brawl here, and... Oh my god, look at his hand.
Hope to win the brawl.
Oh, that's GG anyway, because on the next draw he'll take...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did enough damage. right
Yep.
there. And
Oh, and just... Okay, just to
Insult
rub
to
salt in
injury.
it. Yeah. Alright. It happened. We got there.
we did.
Rational
did.
Pi, ladies and gentlemen, has swept the semis and the finals to win the taco. Congratulations
GG
to him.
Pi, Nitsud. Some tough games there. Some very rough games.
Absolutely, but you know, gotta give Nitsud a lot of credit to make it to the finals. Is quite an achievement and a pretty big field here. Everyone started about 7 hours ago. They've been playing a ton of Hearthstone all day long. So thank you to everybody who came out and played. Congratulations again to Rational Pi. We have 4 winners who will also be getting 15 packs, right? And then we are going to have 2 random winners who are not part of our Final 4. Let's go ahead and actually pull up all of our participants here. And I'm going to flash roll on random.org to pick those 2 winners.
I love random.org. It's great.
It's great. Yeah. All right, so we have, let's see, how many actual people played?
32 in the bracket.
How many in the bracket?
32.
32 people actually played a game.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. There's 32 matchups.
There's 32
a bunch of
matches, but yeah, there
buys.
was some buys and stuff. I just want to make sure it's people who actually played. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it was
sorry.
42 at the beginning.
I'm about to say, yeah, I'm seeing 39. Can I just go to participants? Does it show it? No, it does
Well,
not.
the problem is the participants will give you like everybody who signed up, and some people didn't actually check in.
Players say 45.
All right,
but I'm
here,
not-
here's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I've got an idea. This is a great idea. This is the best idea because it doesn't require me and you to figure this out. I'm gonna skip the. Oh, actually, no, I shouldn't do that. 'Cause then I'm skipping the first one. Okay, that's actually... Never mind, my idea is bad.
I would say do a slash roll.
Okay, wait. No, I can see it now because there's everyone who actually played has like a seed. So I can just find the largest number in the seed.
I do not see a number 42. I think 41.
Yeah,
is
41 is the biggest number I see.
the
Okay,
maximum.
so we got 41 people, and as long as I don't accidentally roll one of the top 4, but if I do that, I'll just re-roll, right?
Yeah.
Seems easy enough. This is riveting stream material, by the way. All right, here we go. And our first winner is player number 9, and player number 9 is... It looks like Bjornish. Okay, I gotta re-roll.
Really? What are the
Yeah.
chances?
Whoop.
1 in 41. Those are the chances.
Yeah. All right. Player number 4 is Shoes. Shoes 3.
Spelled like shoes?
SCHOOS 3.
SCHOOS 3.
Yeah. See him? He actually lost to Rational Pi in his first round after getting a bye in the actual first round.
Gotcha.
So look, lost to the original, or lost to the eventual winner. Here's a prize anyway. All right. And the next result is 40. 40 is up to the top, right? Yeah. Hey, Tall Man. Hey, Tall Man. Who actually was pretty active in the Discord today.
All right. So everyone who is getting packs, keep an eye out for a friend request from me, or I can't send you your packs.
Yeah, and you basically just do it now through the BattleNet app, right? So it's like much simpler. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna.
they'll be gifted essentially. I'm gonna go ahead and let.
So
you guys
and then
know.
I'm giving them to. So we got Rational Pi.
Yeah. So Rational Pi, Bjornish, Nitsud, and Liga also taking home 15 packs.
Bjornish and
I feel like I should probably have Rational Pi's Skype, right? Give this guy a call.
Yeah, I think so.
Like at this
He
point,
and I,
it'd be
he
weird
and
if
I
I don't
talk
have it.
over Spectator every now and then. Talk
Okay,
through plays and
hold on.
stuff.
Let me pull
He's a good
us
man.
back up here.
All right.
If I don't have it, I'm sure you have it.
Yeah, we've got it in the bracket itself. If you're looking for it.
His Skype?
Oh, you're looking for his Skype.
Yeah, I was gonna call him and
I'm not sure I have Pi's Skype actually.
he just gets added to ours, right? But I'm kind of I would like to I'd like to do a little winner interview here.
Yeah, I do not have his Skype.
Nah, well, crap. Well, here's what's probably gonna happen. We're probably gonna receive an email from him at some point, right? Because he tends to reach out to us. So, Rational Pi, if you're watching, email us and let us know how this whole thing felt to you and how it all went down. I would love to hear your
Indeed.
thoughts.
We will mention it on the next Angry Chicken.
That's right. So again, congratulations to Rational Pi and Nitsud for coming in second, and also our third and fourth place winners Bjornish and Liga, and our random pack winners, Hey Tall Man and Shoes. You guys will be receiving those pretty soon, and this was another fantastic taco. I'm looking forward to the new meta in the next one, but this was interesting because we kind of saw some cards that are going to be rotating out of standard here, getting their kind of final hurrah, right? So we got a lot of Barnes and lots of Cold Light Oracle there at the end. That was pretty interesting. So I mean, look, some people have complained about this meta. The meta on the ladder might be super stale, but I think the tournament meta is actually really interesting. So, you know.
Yeah, and like it's the end here, right? Where a lot of these are gonna not be standard legal anymore. There's some decks that if you haven't played, you probably should. Like if you haven't played Spell Hunter, get out there and try Spell Hunter.
Yeah.
If you haven't played Secret Mage, play Secret Mage because I'm pretty sure it's dead.
Sure.
after Year of the Raven hits. Like there's some notable archetypes that I don't think are gonna make the jump, and you should definitely get some games in it.
You don't
with
need
it
to
while
get
you
a
have
bunch of
chance.
games of Q Block in, though, okay, everybody? So go ahead and just stop playing all that Q Block. It's annoying.
Yeah. Just remove Voidlords from your deck because apparently Team 5 is not going to do it for us.
You should just dust them, you know? They're
Yeah.
epics, right? Don't you need that
Yeah.
dust?
Yeah, you need that dust, man. You want to get Lady in White.
Sure.
That's a cool card, right? Yeah,
Or
you
what
want
about that new priest card that turns into something in the opponent's hand every single turn? That card's super sweet.
Chameleos?
Yeah.
Chameleos looks amazing.
I love that card, man.
Dude, that card is so freaking cool.
Yeah. What about
That's
that
one of-
10 mana hunter card you need for all those hunter games that go to turn 10?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, they got a charging 2/1 with Echo, or rushing 2/1
With Rush
Echo.
and Echo. Yeah, and if you double that, it becomes a 2 mana 4/2 with Rush and Echo. Is that better? I don't know.
Yeah, I like it.
I think more than that, I think I want to double my King Crush, and then I want to 9 mana 16 you.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
that seems fun. All right, well, that's going to do it for this taco. We'll be back for the Angry Chicken on Tuesday with lots of new cards to talk about. So thank you for joining me, Garrett. That was fun. Thanks, everybody who played.
It's a good time, man. Thank you for being the admin during the day. Thank you to everyone who played. Thank you to our patrons for making this happen.
Yes. And we'll see you for the next one. I'll come up with a weird name for that one at some point.
We'll figure it out when the time comes.
Yeah. Taco Witch? It's like a taco and a sandwich all together?
Kitchwood?
Kitchwood? Sure.
No, doesn't work.
All right, well, you know what? Let's just get the hell
Witch
out of here. 'cause
taco.
now, yeah,
Witch
there you
taco.
go. Yeah. Witch taco?
Witch taco and move on with our lives.
Sure. All right. All right, everyone. Peace out. See you later.
See ya.